See if the comments. We got Troy in the house. I think we're live. Are we live? Looks like we're live.
Live. See, I think Troy was in here earlier.
Yeah, 7:23. Yep, I see him in there earlier. Yep. So we'll see if people jump in. Hey, Barry's in the house. Barry's got an ouch. Hey, Miss Kayak 7C. Oh, you got redirected. I get Barry's stick. Barry's ouch because it was a hard landing. Rough landing. Yep. Hey, Miss Kayak 7Cs. Thank you for being here. Hey, Sock. How you doing? Good to see you. Hey, NPP. Hey, Todd. Yes, we are live and we are here. Hopefully the sound sounds good. Hey, K and Ro.
And the chat is just catching up on my side. Now I'm seeing, wow, that's a lot of people.
Yeah, Arlene is in. We got Possum Holler. Welcome in. The Advice Guy. Welcome in, Chris. Hey, Winnie. How are you? Hey, Fran. Watermelon King. That's the nickname Fran gives you.
Yeah, that's my name.
Yeah,
I got all kinds of names. Watermelon King and what do you call me? Donnie D or
Donnie D on the back. Yeah, we got Donnie D on the backup. I love Donnie D on the backup. Hey, Troy, how you doing? Good to see you. So yeah, we've got a good crowd that came in right away. So welcome in, everybody. Appreciate you guys being here. I think this is going to be a fun live stream.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm joined by Donnie from BARTON's RVing. I know a lot of you already know Donnie and you follow Donnie. So we got to chatting a couple of weeks ago and said, hey, let's do a joint live stream. He likes tasting beer. I like tasting beer and drinking beer. And so I said, why don't we drink beer together on a live stream? And so he was in. And
I kind of stopped doing a lot of live streams, so I'm not doing any beer tasting anymore. So this kind of worked out good.
Yeah, it worked out great. Hey, Flow Farm, welcome in. Thank you for being here. Hey, Pamela, good to see you. I appreciate you being here. So yeah, no, I think it worked out great. And the beers that we're going to try, I have had all three. I think, Donnie, you said you haven't had any. No? Yeah.
I actually only heard of one company. The other two I have never heard of at all.
Okay. So yeah, so we're gonna taste. Actually, it's funny because the three beers that we got, none of them are from my neck of the woods. We were gonna do a Sam Adams beer in place of the hazy IPA that we're gonna drink today. Except I don't think Donnie could find it in his neck of the woods.
Yeah, that is weird.
Yeah, and he searched about 1 million liquor stores. If you guys haven't seen Donnie's video today, check it out. It's really cool. It's actually him on the hunt for the beers that we're going to taste during this live stream.
I think I drove about 50 miles. Well,
wow.
Round trip would be 100.
50 miles. That's like going east to west in Rhode Island, like almost 2 times.
I drove the whole state of Rhode Island looking for these beers.
Dee says she loves hazy IPAs. So anyways, yeah, we ended up getting a hazy IPA, and we also have two stouts that we're going to do as well. So like I said, I've tried them all, but the fun thing that we're going to do is we are going to rate the beers on 4 different categories. We're going to rate them on appearance, aroma, flavor, and then what they call mouthfeel. And Donnie and I are going to keep the scores to ourselves, and we won't reveal it until the end. So we're not biasing each other with our scores, but we'll give our feedback as we're trying the beers, which may impact. You probably can figure out how we might score a beer, and then at the end of the live stream or the end of the tastings, we'll see which beer comes out on top. And even though they're not the same, 3 of the same style, I think it's okay. We got some other people that came in. Pamela says she loves IPA Founders All Day IPA. I've had that. So it's funny that you mentioned Founders, Pamela, because one of the beers that we are trying is a Founders beer. Danny's in the house. Welcome, Danny. Who else came in? Let's see.
And this will be my very first time I've tried a nitro beer. I have never tried a nitro beer or nitro. I've seen there's also nitro coffee and all kinds of nitro stuff. I've never tried anything.
Yeah, yep. There's nitro coffee. Yep, it's all they they use the nitrogen gas in the process. And so this is interesting because the nitro stout that we're going to try, we have to like pour it very hard into the glass in order to release the nitrogen magic,
Yep.
as it said.
I actually went on YouTube and watched a class how to do it.
Oh wow, you did better than me. I'm literally just gonna basically
It wasn't much
crack
of a
it
class.
open. Let me guess, you just pour it upside down like as hard as you can.
This one, well, he had a can. I'm assuming the can and the bottle are the same. He actually shook it, not shaking it real hard, but he kind of gave it like a wiggle, and then he dropped it.
Okay.
So I don't know.
That's good. Hey, Matt out here is in the house. Welcome, Matt. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. Sorry, guys, I can't mod some folks up on StreamYard, so the next time I'm live on my just up through YouTube, I'll make sure I take care of that. But
oh yeah, you got a lot of non-blue people because you're just starting this channel back up.
Also, yeah, and also too, there's some folks, you know, with the redirect from Ari's World, which I really appreciate that. That was awesome of Chris. Some folks who may not have followed this channel. So for those of you who are new, I think a lot of you know me as Calvin the Boston Terrierist. That's my dog's channel. Calvin. Calvin is actually at the treat spot. Poor guy thinks this is all about him, but it's not today. But anyways, I'm Jeff, and I've had this channel probably for about 3 years, and it started accidentally. I never really meant to put content out on this channel, but I found myself one day out in Louisiana visiting New Orleans for a work conference, and then a couple of colleagues of mine with some free time decided to go check out one of the plantations. And so I kind of filmed the entire thing. I, you know, basically vlogged everything. Didn't really talk while I was vlogging. It was really more just footage. And I said, oh, this was really moving to me. And I said, I need to get this up somewhere. And I didn't think it was right to put it on Calvin's channel. So I posted it. I posted a video on this channel. It's called Oak Alley Plantation. And the video ended up getting 82,000 views. It was the first video I ever posted on the channel. And I'm like, oh, this YouTube thing is easy. And so, so then I just started to post other like videos that weren't Calvin related onto the channel, and realized that, hey, I do quite a bit of traveling. Let me try to get some of these up there. Then eventually I branded the channel, and then, you know, got quite a few watch hours on the channel. And then sort of a bunch of stuff happened in my personal life with, like, you know, family members getting sick and passing, and it just wasn't a priority. And so kind of fell by the wayside over the last year and a half. But now I'm trying to resurrect it. Hey, Ari's World's in the house. Oh, Todd had an idea. Let's see what it is. Ari's World, Chris, the World of Outlaws super late models are racing tonight at Southern Iowa Speedway in Oskaloosa. Maybe I'll come to this race next year and invite you. Oh, that's cool. All right. Well, what do you think, Donnie? You want to try the first beer? Are we ready for that?
I think so. And I hope I'm not going to get drunk on this live stream.
Oh no.
I'm not a real big drinker. Kathy even made me eat some chicken nuggets before we started.
Oh, that's good. I had some.
Gotta get something in my stomach.
I had some cashews.
Cashews.
Yeah, I ate dinner.
I ate pasta too, but then she still made me eat some chicken nuggets. So.
Yeah. All right.
So
folks, this is the first beer that we're trying. It's called. This is a tall boy. Donnie got the short
big boy.
This is called Hazy Little Thing. It's a New England style hazy IPA made by Sierra Nevada. And I always am wary when West Coast breweries try to make New England style IPA, which Sierra Nevada is a West Coast brewery. But I have had it before. I'm not going to give my feedback quite yet until Donnie has a chance to taste it. But anyways, we're going to pour this up and we'll see what it looks like in a glass.
I have never had this. I had maybe one beer from this company. So I don't know what I'm expecting.
All right. So this is what it looks like in the glass. Got to give it a smell for the aroma. So appearance is definitely hazy. Like if you put your finger, like you can't see my finger really through the beer. And so the whole concept of this is it's unfiltered. They call it a raw, unfiltered IPA, which is the New England style. I didn't pour it exactly perfectly, and so there's a little bit of a head on this. Donnie's got even a bigger head on it, but it's not bad. The head's lasting quite a bit. Good bubbles in there. Smells okay. It smells pretty much like I would expect a New England style IPA to smell like. So give it a taste, man. What's your initial take?
I'm not really smelling nothing to it. I'm looking at my notes.
Yeah, I smell a little bit.
Yeah, I smell the little IPA smell.
Yeah, it's got some hops to it, and so here's a little bit of information.
Not strong though.
I pulled some information off of Untapped, which is a website that does all, people can submit ratings for beer. So this has 35 IBUs, which is the bitterness units.
That's pretty low.
6.7% alcohol by volume. It had 659,000 ratings on this Untapped website. And I'll tell you what they gave it as a rating, but not until the end of the live stream. So we're not, being coerced by the stats. Yeah. So let me give it a taste. Awesome Stop says we don't even know what IPA is. So IPA stands for India Pale Ale. It's just a beer style that is pretty hoppy. Matt says, I've had that beer. It's good. Hey, Kathy, your wife's in, Donnie.
Oh, I'm not even looking at the chat. I'm focused on my tasting.
Yep.
Hi, Kat. Thank you for coming in.
NPP is in the house. Let's see.
Also, when I was doing my beer tasting, Jeff, a lot of times I had to drink at least half the can or bottle. Yeah. Because for some reason, for me, like the first couple of sips don't taste the same as when you get down to the middle or the end. So I'm gonna. I think this is 4 ounces right here.
Yeah, I have a 4 ounce glass too. I didn't quite fill it up, but
I don't know if that's just me or you're like that too. Like the first sip.
It depends on the beer, Donnie. To be honest with you, sometimes
the first sip always tastes the greatest, but then I'm like, wait.
For me, I think if it's a really solid beer, you can pick it up right away. It doesn't take long. So Sock says the Shiner is pretty good.
Jeff got a new category for me, and I'm testing it right now. Mouthfeel. I was not knowledgeable about that word, so now I'm trying it right now.
Yep.
And then you kind of have to, like that mouthfeel one, I guess maybe all of them, you kind of have to adjust it to what it is. Because it's an IPA, so that's going to have a different mouthfeel from probably the stouts we have.
Absolutely. Yeah. So if you think about the style of an IPA, and I'm sorry, there's a few people who aren't beer drinkers in here. So Possum Stops is asking what hoppy means. So beer is made with hops. And so hops can take on a whole different, so many different varieties of them that have different aromas or taste profiles. Some hops are more bitter, some are more floral, some give off more fruit notes. And so depending on the kind of hops that are in a beer, it can really alter the bitterness level of a beer. So as far as my feeling, the IBUs is a scale they use to determine the bitterness of a beer. and 35 is considered low on the IBU scale.
For
So,
IPA, that's real low.
yeah, and so for me, I mean, I'm not going to give you my score yet on my mouthfeel and finish, but I do not find this beer super bitter at all. To me, it's pretty easy to drink. Like, it's not, you know, some beers that are very bitter, like almost like burn going down your throat. Like, this is not one of those beers at all. Like, to me, this is, you know, it's easy drinking for a 6.7% ABV beer. You know, it's not a 5%er, which obviously is even easier to drink usually, but
I think Kevin was wanting to put another category in there, burp index.
K and Row Kevin or Hiking with Jackie Boy?
I'm sorry, Texas Kevin wanted a burp index in there.
Burping category. Well, yeah, this isn't too much of a burping beer for me, anyways. Not yet. Maybe after 4 of them. So styles of beer are interesting, right? Because some people don't like IPAs at all. They just find it to be too hoppy. It's not, you know, it can be a tough beer to drink. It's not like a lager or an ale that's usually like light, crisp, and more refreshing. But this one to me is pretty easy to drink for an IPA. Like, if you're looking to get into the IPA game and not have something that's crazy bitter, I would argue that this is not a bad beer to try from that perspective. Doesn't mean you may still not love it, but it won't be hurting going down your throat. Like, sometimes I'll drink a beer and I say it's like drinking broken glass, like having broken glass. It's just got that nasty, rough feeling going down.
Yeah. I call it rubbing alcohol. When I get one that harsh, I was like, man, this tastes like rubbing alcohol. But yeah, I think I got all my scores down for this one.
Yeah, me too. I got my scores down for that one as well. So I always ask a question, and maybe I should save it for the end, but maybe I don't have to. Would you buy this again? Like, would you buy it, or?
A 6-pack? No. Maybe a single? Yeah.
Okay. That's fair. So somebody says we're going to get sloshed. Nah, we're not going to get sloshed. I'm not drinking enough to get sloshed. Plus I have an important work day tomorrow. I'm going golfing, and so I need to make sure I'm in good shape for that.
Well, this is a lot of beer here, so.
Yeah.
And I think one of them is going to be pretty strong, or a high alcohol content.
Say that again?
I think one of them is going to be pretty strong with a high alcohol content.
Yeah, yes. One of them is definitely stronger from an AVB perspective. There's no doubt.
I think 2 of them are about the same as this, or
right.
This is going to be the same as another one.
All right, so let's go to the chat quick. Question for those in the chat. Have any of you had this beer before? Again, it's called Hazy Little Thing by Sierra Nevada. It's an IPA, New England style.
This is how the can looks.
Yeah, it's how the can looks.
I only had, well, I guess I could talk about the beer that I had. I only had one beer from this company, and I hated it.
Okay. Was it Torpedo? Was it the Torpedo?
I don't know. But yeah. I hated it. And actually, the reason why I don't know is because we were in a bar in Vegas, and they came out and just started giving us free beer. And it was Sierra Nevada. And it tasted horrible that me and my friend said, you know what, could you just take this back and we'll just pay for our beer? We don't want this beer. That's the first time I ever did not accept free beer. It was so bad. But this isn't close to what that was. And like also I was telling Jeff earlier, my taste buds have changed, because I did not like IPAs at first, but I do like IPAs now. So I might like that one.
I appreciate it. Yeah. So I think Sierra Nevada, they're a West Coast brewery, And I would say their style that they're probably best at making is actually like a West Coast IPA. And so West Coast IPA, it's called clear beer because it is hoppy and it's bitter and it's not unfiltered like this one. So like you can see, like if you put your finger like in, behind the glass, you can see your finger through the beer because it's more clear. Just happens to be more bitter. But they do that style really well. And I think their most popular beer in that style, and somebody can look it up in the chat, but I think it's called Sierra Nevada Torpedo. I believe that's Torpedo might be their most popular beer. But
I was reading the chat. Todd said you're not supposed to say anything about Vegas.
I'm not supposed to say anything about Vegas.
Nobody's not supposed to say anything about Vegas. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. I broke a rule.
Pamela says she's not a fan of Sierra Nevada Pale Ale. Pale Ale, I think actually might be the most popular one, Pam. Then I think Torpedo is the next one, if I'm not mistaken. What else is in the chat? Let's see. Matt says, Donnie, if you host a tequila tasting next week on your channel, I'll blow up your comments with jewels.
I do like a lot of tequila, and actually I taste tested quite a few tequila on my live streams when I was a live streamer. But I've tasted Terramana, Cabo Wabo, Santo, and Casamigo was the last one I had. And I think Casamigo is somewhere in this RV right now somewhere. So I have tried a lot of tequilas on this channel.
So I know a lot of people love tequila, and it's probably one of the better boozes for you. I'm not a huge tequila guy. I can do it in a margarita. I'm fine with it. But I have a lot of friends that like tequila and soda, like club soda.
Here's a fact about tequila. It's a probiotic.
Oh.
It's made out of agave, which is good for your stomach.
Interesting.
Well, it's actually good for you. Medicinal.
So K and Ro wants to know, he's already had a vodka tonic. Should I have a beer with my enchiladas? I say you should.
Yeah.
They go well together. They pair very well together.
Oh, yeah.
For sure.
I would. So now I'm kind of liking the tequilas, but I don't like the clear tequila anymore for some reason. They got like a darker colored tequila, and I think the only difference is that they store it in whiskey barrels, oak barrels, so it gives it a darker color and flavor. Yeah. But as for like clear liquor, I like gin. So gin and the little darker or colored tequilas now.
Interesting. Yeah, I used to love gin and tonics when I was younger, like in my 20s. I used to get those all the time. Now the only gin I can drink is in like one of those like mixed cocktails, like the Finnish long drink. I don't know if you've ever seen that at the store.
Have you tried Tom Collins? I think Tom Collins is gin.
Yeah, I don't remember if I've had a Tom Collins, to be honest with you.
Good. I like Tom Collins.
Yeah, maybe I would if again, I used to love gin, but now it's like I find that gin tastes like wood. It's got like a woody taste to me. It's just a weird taste. I just think people's taste buds change like crazy. So somebody can't hear us? Is that what we're here?
Yeah, I just saw that. Who is this? But Fran says she could hear both of us, so I could hear you and you could hear me. So
yeah. How's the sound, everybody? It seems pretty good on our end here.
Yeah, so like Ken Mack is talking about the darker colored tequila. I can't remember the names, but they have two, I think Raspado and Angel. One is darker than the other, and the only difference between the two, it's one is aged longer in the oak barrels. Yeah, but they do both have a good taste to me.
Cool.
Are you ready to go into the next beer?
I am. So, like a pro, I got some water to cleanse my palate a little bit.
I got some water here. I'm not as sophisticated as you. I got a jug of water.
Well, I didn't want to. Oh, that's okay. That will work. All right. So we're doing the get your nitrogen ready here, because that's the next one we're doing. I don't know if this is a twist or not.
Yeah, you do really need to get that IPA taste out of your mouth when you go to a different type of beer.
All right,
IPA got
everybody.
strong
So
taste in it.
this is the next beer we're doing. We're moving on to a milk stout. It's from Left Hand Brewing Company. They're based out of Colorado. Shout out Audra. Shout out Anthony Chihuahua. I know they're not in the chat, but so this is a milk stout nitro, and so there's nitrogen in there.
And it gives you the instructions how to pour it right there.
Yeah, so you pour it straight down. Yep. All
and
right.
I guess they put the instructions upside down so you actually
So you can see what you're doing.
yeah. So
Yeah.
you know, so you're actually shaking it like that guy said. So you kind of move it
Yeah.
around.
So I have the big glass for this because I'm gonna hard pour it into this. I'm looking forward to this. I have
got a
had
giant
this beer before. I have not had this beer in like a minute though, so I don't even really remember what it tastes like. So,
Yeah. So I watched the video. We're gonna pop it open and just let it pour in there. Oh, let me move my camera so you can see it. Is it a? Oh, I need a. It's a twisty.
okay, we ready?
Let me get my bottle. Oh, he's already in front of me.
There we go.
You hear that? Oh, wow, I had a lot of room.
Oh yeah, this is awesome. This is awesome.
Yeah, I was afraid to pour it in the 16 ounce glass.
Guys, check out the glass. See how it's cascading like that? It's pretty neat, huh? This is a Purdy beer. Is there really milk in there?
That's what I was wondering.
Yes. So it's not milk, like it's not milk that you like get from a cow per se. It's lactose. There's lactose in this beer, and so that's why they call it a milk stout.
My gimbal broke.
Uh-oh. Error. I like the way this poured in the glass. I'm not gonna lie.
Here you go.
Matt says down the hatch. Let's go. Well, we've got to look at it. So
yeah,
I think this is a pretty looking beer.
We're sophisticated here, Matt. We're doing a taste testing. So
I don't have a keg, Fran. So answer no. I will not be.
So the first one on my list,
mug, and that's intentional. This is not one of those beers you want in a frosted mug. Frosted mugs are for like your Coors Light, your Bud Lights, and all those beers, not for these.
Did you see that, guys? The first one is aroma. Did you see me stick my nose in here? Oh man, that smells good, man.
Yep.
So I'm not supposed to influence.
No, it does.
Man. Oh, wow. Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm ready to take a sip. That's for sure.
Oh yeah.
The natives are getting restless, as they say.
So I'm putting my score down for aroma.
Ooh.
And then the next one is taste or flavor. Aroma, flavor. So I'm going to get the flavor. I'm wondering if I had a beer one time that did not taste like it smelled. So I'm hoping this tastes like it smells.
Wow.
Uh-oh, I think Jeff already said it for me.
Honestly, I could like I'm gonna put this in the category of like a stout that I legitimately could chug. I could chug this entire glass of beer right now.
I could slam this too.
I could chug this. like in a New York second.
I don't know if you used to do that with the cans. You could like put a little breather on the bottom of the can.
Yeah, it's called shotgunning them. Yeah.
Yeah, I could shotgun this.
Oh.
But then I would not get all the flavor, so I wouldn't.
No. This is what a beer you need to enjoy, but this is it's hard for me to keep a poised opinion here because I'm really enjoying this.
There goes my camera again.
Matt says Calvin needs a pup cup. Don't give it, Matt. Don't give him any ideas.
I think I'm going to have to go vertical.
That's okay.
My Game Boy's not wanting to do portrait.
It's all good. You're fine. Well, I think I'm going to drink this whole thing, Donnie. I'm not letting it go to waste. Just so you know. So
I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to score this.
I've kind of already,
flavor.
Yeah, I've given my score. So while you're thinking about that, let's get the chat involved here. So I'm going to bet the answer is probably no, but I'm going to ask, has anybody in the chat ever had Left Hand Brewery Milk Stout Nitro based out of Colorado?
Kathy wants to try it, and luckily I got four more or five more, I think.
Yeah, Kathy, we should try it for sure.
I think the Founders was a 4-pack. This was a 6-pack.
Yeah, this is a 6-pack. The Founders was a 4-pack. Yep, for sure. All right. K-Mac said something.
This to me is right on the bubble on the scoring.
Yeah.
So
this is pretty funny. This is a Texan saying this. Dark beers are cold weather beers for me. So can you tell me when is it ever cold in Texas for you guys to start drinking stouts? I guess is my question.
I think I drink a stout all the time. Well, I haven't drank a stout for a while. Can't remember the last time I drank a stout.
Yeah. So Pam says Milk Stout Nitro. From where and how much? So this is from Left Hand Brewery.
Yeah, how much was it for you over there? Because prices are different.
Yeah. So this
from where you live.
Yep. So this 6-pack with tax cost me in bottle deposit because I had to buy it in Massachusetts. So with the bottle deposit and tax, it cost me $16.29 for a 6-pack. The hazy little thing, this tall boy, each of these cans was $3.05 for the deposit, so $3.05 and then tax. And then the next beer, I'll tell you how much that costs once we.
So this one was $12.27. So I paid $12.27 for this.
Wow, that's reasonable. That's good.
That's before taxes.
But still, though, that's good. Now, do you have bottle deposit in Texas?
No.
Yeah, we don't either in Rhode Island, but I couldn't buy this beer in Rhode Island. I just didn't have it. I went to 2 liquor stores near where I work, and I knew they weren't going to have it. They're smaller liquor stores. The liquor store I normally go to is in Massachusetts, but you have to remember I literally live 1 mile from the border of Massachusetts. I'm so close. And my normal liquor store, which normally has this, did not have it, of course, for the week I needed it. So I had to go to a place called Yankee Spirits, which is about 15 minutes from my house. I was able to get it there. But yeah, this I'll just say this is the beer I'm going to finish. So KMX says, well, colder than 100 fall and winter, and I grew up in Colorado and lived in the Four Corners of Mexico for 36 years. So that is my cool reference. Gotcha.
So I did the aroma flavor. Now I'm doing the mouthfeel. So if you see me making funny faces, that's what I'm doing.
Okay, I gotcha. Kim says she would agree with the drinking dark beer in the cold weather. Now, there's truth to that. Like, we're doing a tasting here, so But generally speaking, I normally buy stouts, usually in the winter or fall. But you know, I can drink them any time of year. I'm inside. I'm doing a tasting. It's fine. All right, so folks in the chat, let's play a little game called Blind Ranking while Donnie and I finish our stouts here. Who's familiar with blind rankings? Has anybody ever seen those videos on you know, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram? Kay and Roe made a nice joke. Sock is 90 cold in Texas. It seems like these days it is. All I've been hearing about is triple digits for you guys over the last like week and a half.
Below 80 is cool for me. Below 70 is cold.
70's cold?
Yeah. 70 below is cold.
Because I'm pretty sure it's like mid 70s right now here.
And the last couple of days we've been waking up to mid 70s, but then shooting up to 100 and something. So the mornings have been actually feeling cold.
Yeah. So Donnie, it's 72 here. You would probably be wrapped up in a blanket then.
I don't know, but I had to turn the air conditioner on the RV. It was 106 in here, so it got down to 82. So we're down to 82 in the RV.
So Golden Winnie says they make that with a chocolate too. They probably do. Left Hand makes a lot of stouts. They might make one with coffee. Kay and Roe said 60s tonight. Yeah, we'll be in the 60s also tonight, Kay and Roe.
So did you see what was in here? Is there like chocolate? I think I could smell coffee. So I'm thinking there's coffee in here.
Let's
I think there's chocolate.
I'll pull it up. Let's do a little.
I forgot to do that. I was going to do that, write all that stuff down, but I forgot.
Yeah, I'll get it.
I know I could smell the coffee. That's the first thing I smelled. And it smells a little sweet, so I'm thinking there might be chocolate in there too.
It could be the lactose also.
Oh yeah, the lactose.
So Left Hand Milk Stout features a rich, sweet, and roasty flavor profile highlighted by notes of milk chocolate, freshly brewed coffee, and subtle caramelized sugar. Look at you, Donnie. You nailed. Look at you, Mr. Beer Connoisseur over here. You got it all up.
Aficionado.
Yeah.
I smelled the coffee right off the bat. Then I noticed it had a sweet taste. And usually sweet taste to me, and it's dark, that usually means chocolate to me. So that's why I thought there was chocolate in it.
Take care, Kay and Roe. Thank you for coming in. Enjoy your dinner. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you for coming in.
I have no idea how many people are in here. Can you tell?
I can't see it for some reason. I have it on my laptop, but it's not showing me the number.
Oh, okay.
I can't even see the picture on my laptop, so I don't know.
That's
16.
okay.
Francis 16.
Awesome.
That's better than what I get.
Appreciate that. That's cool. Appreciate the 16 of you. Hopefully we have 16 thumbs up. That would be great.
Don't forget to like and subscribe if you have not liked and subscribed.
Yes, please do that. That would be awesome.
Kelly Hurd says, my sister drank her first beer at 4 years old when my mom walked into the kitchen, then went to sleep. That's pretty funny.
That is funny. Yeah.
So, Todd put that question out. That's why she said that. I see it up in the top. Todd said, when was the first time you drank a beer?
Oh yeah. I wasn't 4. I think the first time does sips of beer from like your parents count? Or like my mom didn't drink, but my dad used to drink beer. I mean, I probably was like 11 or 12 when like he gave me a few sips of his beer, but as far as drinking my own beer, like by myself I would say I was probably like a freshman in high school is when I first drank a beer. So 14 maybe.
I know I have pictures of me holding my dad's beer, but I don't know if I drank it or not.
Yeah, I'm going to guess like taking a sip or two from your dad's beer probably is not maybe doesn't count for this question, but yeah, so Todd said that he was 14. I was 14 also. It was definitely my freshman year. in high school. I went to a party, and beer was not the only thing I drank. That's the problem. You don't know what you don't know. And for me, I went from like instantly sober to like instantly hammered. I didn't even get buzzed. It was that bad because I just, drank way too fast and all that.
So I'm gonna say 18. I don't think I really started drinking beer until I was in Germany in the army, and that was kind of bad because German beer is not the same as American beer. It is like double the strength. It's probably like IPA beer right now. So their beer is like at least starts at 6% and then goes up. So pretty much I started off on German beer. So maybe that's why have a high alcohol content on some of these beers.
Yep. So KMX says he was also 14, about 14. Coors Banquet. Oh, I love the Banquet beer, the gold can.
That's what my dad drank.
Yeah, Coors actually, I think of all the macro beers, like between Coors, Bud, and Miller, I would say that I would prefer Coors. I think out of all the beers, Miller Lite, like I know a lot of people like Miller and Miller Lite, but for some reason I don't love it compared to like the macro beers.
So maybe like the big three beer companies, I guess you go Coors, Budweiser, and Miller.
Yeah.
Coors Banquet has the most flavor to me. Budweiser has flavor, but it's bad flavor. Budweiser just tastes nasty. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I would drink a Bud Light. I'm not a huge regular Bud fan. Like it would be like a Bud Light just because.
Yeah, Bud Light.
But let me ask, who likes the champagne of beers? Do you know which one that is? Miller High Life? The champagne
I
of
could
beer?
drink that. I could drink that.
Oh, Pamela's got a cool comment here. Pamela says, my dad liked an occasional pony putting up hay. I was around 14 and we would sit on our front porch after a hard day's sweaty work and enjoy one late evening. Stroh's. Okay, cool.
Stroh's. I remember Stroh's.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever had it, but I do remember it for sure.
Also, I wanted to show you guys what Kathy bought for me. I know my camera's backwards though, but maybe you could read it. She bought me.
It's not backwards.
It isn't?
No.
Not on my camera. It's on my screen. It's backwards.
Oh.
Maybe it flips it on your side. I don't know.
You look normal on my side, but maybe that's interesting for the chat. So, folks in the chat, are we backwards or are we right? Yeah, Kathy says it's not backwards. Yeah.
Wow. On my screen, I'm looking at myself. These words are backwards. Huh. That's weird.
Kim says she used to like Miller Lite when she drank beer. That and Coors Light I thought had the best taste. Yeah, a lot of people do like Miller Lite. Miller Lite is a Pilsner, which I do like Pilsners, but for some reason that flavor profile I wasn't really a fan of. NPP says, I can't remember when or how old. Pretty sure it was Budweiser because that's what everyone drank. I hated beer from the first taste. I remember that much. I wasted a lot of beer at parties. Oh.
Well, you started on Budweiser. That's why you hate beer.
Yeah, we party fouls over here. We would call that party fouls when people like wasted beer like that. And there were usually punishments for people who did that. So but that's okay. I can get why maybe you didn't drink. So that's actually a good question. Here's a question for everybody. So in college, I had no money, of course. And so we drank whatever we could afford at the time. And so what was everybody's go-to beer, like cheap beer for quantity and not so much for quality? I'm curious to know what everybody in the chat has to say about that.
I have kind of like a story on that. So like my college was like the army. So I was 17 years old when I went into the army. So that's kind of my college / high school partying time. So we lived we were on a small post in Germany. The town next to it, there's like maybe 100 people. And we had something called a PX. It's not even like a big store. It's like a real small shopping store. It's just like maybe 1 or 2 rooms. So on the weekends, they'd bring pallets of beer in there because they knew the GIs were, all the Army guys were going to just start slamming beer. So there's pallets and pallets and pallets of beer in there, and we would clean it out completely. Doesn't matter how many pallets of beer they'd put in there, it was clean out, and you'd have to get there quick. If you didn't get there quick, you got the leftover beer. So the leftover beer for me, when I went up there one time, in my buddies, I think we had extra duty or something, and we got there late, and I'm like, man, there might not be any beer. We got in there, and of course they had enough beer, but it was only maybe about 2 or 3 cases, all Colt 45. So we were drinking the Colt 45 that night.
That's
So
awesome.
that was a bad beer if you got in there late. So
that's funny. So Fran says, I would buy Kilt Lifter for parties. I'm not even familiar. Is that an Arizona beer, Fran? I'm not even familiar. Beer. Yeah, I've never heard of Kilt. Wow, that's even hard to say. Say Kilt Lifter 10 times fast. Kilt Lifter. I can't even do it. That's crazy. Todd said back in the day was Natty Light. So Todd, that was the beer that we bought most often in college was Natty Light, because we could get a 30-pack most of the time for $7.99 was usually what it cost. Maybe like $8.99. And so we would we would literally for the weekend probably buy like 6 to 7 30-packs of Natty Light. We'd all chip in, and that was like, and we'd go through the whole thing in like a week. Not even. Like,
Natty Light tastes like rubbing alcohol to me. So
Natty Light to me tasted like nothing. It was pretty much water in a glass that had a little bit of booze in it, but it was what we could afford. When we had a little bit, when we wanted to splurge, we might have upgraded to like Keystone Light or
I like Keystone
Light. We would also do like Rollin' Rock. There was a couple of beers that we bought that had a little bit more ABV than Natty Light that were kind of similarly priced. It was a little bit more money, but we would get what was called like Red Dog. If you remember Red Dog?
Oh yeah, I remember Red Dog.
And Ice House. Like we used to get those.
Ice House. Wow.
Yeah. So those were kind of that was like our rotation. It was like mostly Natty Light, sometimes Red Dog, sometimes Ice House, sometimes Keystone Light, Rollin' Rock. But Rollin' Rock, we didn't really like. We definitely preferred getting cans versus bottles. It was just easier to deal with cans. But it's bringing back some cool memories of college, all the cheap beer.
So when I got back to here to the States, and when I'd hang out with my friends, the bottom of the barrel beer for me was Milwaukee's Best, and we called that the Beast.
Yeah, we called it the Beast too.
So like you get one of those big old, I think they're like 24 ounces or something.
Yeah,
like you could probably take that can back and get all your money back.
Speaking of, we didn't buy it often just because it was like it wasn't like, it was kind of a cool thing. We would do it every once in a while. But do you remember the Australian beer called Foster's?
I was about to say that's that steel can. You couldn't.
Yeah,
you couldn't
the oil. We used to call it like an oil can. It was like an oil can of like Foster's. Yeah.
I think back in the day, that's how they opened it, with like that little. They just puncture it like that, and then they drink it like that.
That's so funny. NPP says when everyone is getting drunk and partying, it's real easy to pretend you're drinking with them. That is true, NPP. European sport, like this is so funny, right? Like, of course, like back in college, I used to party it up like the best of them. But I can tell you, like, if I was around a bunch of drunk people and I wasn't partying, I got so annoyed by that. And I don't know why, because
you're one of those.
I know, but like 75% of the time, I'm like right there with you. But like when you're not drunk with somebody, like it would irritate me. It's like, oh, you guys are such, a-holes. It's like, come on, like get out of here and leave. And I'm like, that's like totally hypocritical, I know, but that's how you feel at the moment. Are you still drinking? We can move on to the next beer if you want to save that one.
I'm almost done with this one. Yeah, we can move on to the next one.
All right. I want to be cognizant of time too, and I'm done.
Yeah, because I have to be on all my facilities at 8:30.
All right, so we got another 10 minutes. All right.
Over here we got another hour.
Oh, 8:30. Sorry, 8:30 your time. Yeah, it's 8:30 here. All right. Let me know if you're ready.
Ready.
All right, folks. I'm excited for this one. This is
Me
a
too.
beer called Founders Breakfast Stout. It's funny that it's called Breakfast Stout because of the 3 beers we're trying, it's the strongest one out of all of them.
Yeah, this one is strong.
Yeah, so this is 8.3% ABV, but it's by a brewery called Founders. They're based out of Michigan. I think it's Grand Rapids, Michigan, or somewhere around there. It's probably on the bottle, but they're definitely out of Michigan. And this is truly a coffee stout. And of all the stouts, coffee is my favorite. I like chocolate stouts. I like oatmeal stouts. But coffee is by far my favorite kind of stout. So I have high expectations that this should go well, but we never know right until we try it. So
It says oatmeal on it too, so I don't know what that is.
it does have oatmeal in it too?
It says coffee oatmeal stout.
Oh, yeah. That's why they call it breakfast, right? Because you have those 2 things at breakfast, right?
That's all you need for breakfast.
Exactly. 8.3% to start your day.
Yeah.
I love it. I love
You
this
got
kind
chocolate, you got coffee, you got oatmeal. You're ready to go to work.
K Mac sock. This is true, right? Heck of a way to start your day for breakfast. Ooh.
Can't really smell nothing out of the bottle.
I'm gonna pour this. I'm gonna show the pour on this.
This is a thick bottle too. This reminds me of a German bottle. German beer had those thick bottles.
Oh,
You could
yeah.
you'd return them, and then I guess they'd wash them and put more beer in it.
Oh,
You
this
get
is
money
perfect.
back. Like this other one, this nitro. This is a thin bottle. You'd probably,
Yeah.
if you drop that, you'd probably break it. This one, you probably could throw up against the wall and won't break.
This is purty. Who wants a glass of Coca-Cola? Here you go.
Where's Barry? I'm pouring in my Baylor cup.
Oh.
Barry. Ooh, this is a dark beer.
All right. Kathy says, another dark. Son of thank goodness you just have to walk to the front door. Hey, so just because a beer is dark, it doesn't automatically mean it's a stronger beer. This one is, this one excluded, but Guinness, right? Everybody assumes Guinness has like the most calories, is like very strong, but the reality is it's not. Guinness is like 4.2% ABV and only has like 125 calories per 12 ounces, which is not a lot. So sometimes the dark beers get a bad rap for no reason, but this one is going to be a strong one. It's 8.3%, and that's why we're doing this one last. So I'm looking at it. I have my idea for appearance.
Well, the good thing about me being in the RV, I got a blanket and a pillow right there. So
yeah, and you're retired. It's not like you have to work tomorrow.
Just go over there and go to sleep. Now,
Ooh.
I could almost smell the same kind of flavors as the other one, but not as strong.
Oh, okay, interesting.
To me, it's not as aromaful, or is that a word?
Aromaful. I don't know.
Aromotectic. Doesn't have the strong aroma as the other one.
It's interesting
But
that you say
it
that.
It has the same smell. It's just not as strong to me.
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe the alcohol content in me is wearing down my nose. So I'm gonna let the head go down a little bit.
All right, we got some help on words. Words are hard.
I need a thesaurus.
Fran says, let's just say stain some pavement. So I think the word we were looking for is aromatic, not aromaful.
Oh, aromatic. There you go. Aromatic.
Thanks, Doc. We appreciate the grammatic assistance there.
I was in the infantry, so we didn't know how to spell and read that good.
So, Fran, I think you need to tell us a little bit more about Stain Some Pavement Red NPP.
Stain some.
All right, so here's some information. So this beer, as I mentioned, it's called Founders Breakfast Stout. It's a double chocolate coffee oatmeal stout, 8.3% ABV. It's got 60 IBUs.
Wait a minute, Jeff. Did you rinse your mouth out?
I did, yes. It has 821,000 reviews on Untapped, which is crazy. The other two beers, I think I forgot to mention the left-hand stout, but the left-hand stout had 659,300 reviews, and Hazy Little Thing had 659,100 reviews. Wow, Hazy Little Thing and left-hand stout, pretty much the same number of reviews. Breakfast Stout has 821,000 reviews. That's crazy. That's a lot. 8.3% ABV and 60 IBU. So this is going to have a little bit more bite, even for a stout, compared to the other one that we drank. So anyway, salute. Let's give it a taste. Oh. Okay. I got all my ratings down, but
That one sip got it.
I don't want to say anything, Donnie, because
I think we're feeling the same thing.
Well, I don't know. I'm not gonna.
Oh yeah, you might have a different palate than me.
I think I have a different palate than you, personally. Awesome stuff. You're a Rhody vlogger, Rhody. You have an interesting accent. It's like Boston and Southern. Interesting. So that's funny you say that. So I am south of Boston, so I'm an hour south of Boston. So it is South Boston.
Isn't that a Southie?
Oh no, you want to hear a Southie accent? Ooh, that's rough. That's very pronounced. So Fran says, NPP says it's so hot here I can't even sort my bills. Fran says, I just drank a lot of vodka mixed with cranberry in downtown Phoenix one night. Bartender went really heavy on the vodka on a Tuesday. My body couldn't handle it. Yeah, so I'll tell you how I feel about I love my mixed drinks. And the problem with mixed drinks is, like, once you've had a few, the strength, like a strong drink doesn't quite taste as strong as it would on the first drink. And I don't like bartenders who over pour alcohol. Like, to me, it's like, why are you doing that? Just make the drink the way it's supposed to be made. Like, that's just me, though. Possum stops means southern us, like Georgia or Alabama. Really, nobody's ever said I had a southern accent, but people definitely can pick out that I'm from New England. I definitely have a little bit of a Rhode Island accent. Rhode Island accent is almost like a hybrid between New York City and Boston, basically.
Yeah, I had a roommate from Boston.
Yeah, and the Army, right?
Yeah, and you're not as exaggerated as his accent. He had a pretty bad accent. Sometime I had to ask him if he was speaking English.
So Fran says we came back to this. Go ahead,
he had different words for different things too. So. Oh
yeah, we do too. I could do a whole video on like random words that Rhode Islanders call things.
Yep. Well, Boston too.
Yeah, I'll give you a couple of examples. What do you call the thing where you push the button and then you drink water from it? Like, like the little button that you push. So you call it a water fountain?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yes, we could call it that too, but Rhode Islanders are too cute to call it a water fountain. We call it a bubbler. It's a bubbler.
Bubbler?
A bubbler.
Never heard of that one.
Never heard of a bubbler before?
No. That's really new to me.
Yeah, so a bubbler is basically it's like one of those water fountains where you push the button and like the water spouts like this, and you put your mouth and drink it. Very unsanitary now, but that's what we used to do as kids when nobody knew any better. Yeah,
I learned.
says you can't. Yeah, I agree. I don't like the mixed drinks when you can't taste the liquor at all. I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't want it super weak either, but like I don't want it. I just don't like when they over pour, to me personally. So Possum Stop says he really likes the New England accent. So, but anyways, this beer is strong. I will say that it tastes strong.
Oh, my friend Joint. Well, that was his name, John Joint from Boston. He likes saying "wicked." For some reason, he said "wicked." Every sentence was "wicked."
We say "wicked" a lot too. There's actually at the casino in our estate. It's called Bally's Twin River Casino. There's a restaurant in the casino, and it's called Wicked Good. WICKED That's the name of the restaurant. And the joke is like Wicked Good is we say it's just all right. Like that's just like it's not wicked good. It's just all right. Can I do a Southie impression? Ooh, that's hard. Southie impression's hard. Donnie, you got to park the car in Harvard Yard, because if you don't park the car in Harvard Yard, somebody's going to steal your car, and it's going to be a bad day.
And, speaking of car, Joint would say the trunk was a boot.
No, we didn't call it that. We don't call it that. Thanks, MPP. I appreciate that.
I think I got all my scores down.
Yeah, let me add up. I have mine too. I just got to tally it up. Hold on.
But we're going to add them all up and see which one's the best.
Yeah,
okay.
We'll see how we rated it. Okay, so
let me see if I could add that. See, that's the other part of this contest here, or beer tasting. After drinking all these beers, can you add?
I can, yes.
At the top, 26, 30, 13, 19.
Okay, got that one.
Okay. Got it.
Hold on.
I think I got it.
I'm almost done. Give me 1 minute. Okay. I have my scores.
You got your scores?
I do. So this is what I think we should do, Donnie. On the count of 3, we'll give the score for Hazy Little Thing. We'll say what our overall score is, and then we can talk about how we rated each individual category. How about that?
Okay.
So, guys, refresh your memory. Hazy Little Thing. This was the first beer that we drank. The New England style IPA, 6.7% ABV from Sierra Nevada, which is a West Coast IPA. So think about that. You have a West Coast brewery trying to make a New England style IPA. That's usually probably not a good idea, but they do the best they can to compete. So anyways, all right, Donnie, on the count of 3, total score. 1, 2, 3. 24.
23.
Oh,
wow.
Look at that. 24 was my score.
23 for me.
All right. So I'll tell you how I rated each category. So appearance, I gave appearance a 6, solid. For aroma, I gave it a 4. I agree. It was below average. It just didn't really have much of a smell to it, in my opinion. For flavor, I gave it a 7. Like, I think it tasted good for like a mainstream New England IPA that's done by a West Coast brewery. I will say it's one of the better ones that I had, but it's just a class that they're not great at, but it was respectable enough. And then for mouthfeel, I also gave it a 7. I thought the mouthfeel was really good considering that it's a hoppy beer style. I found it super easy to drink. Like I could probably have crushed that can as well if I needed to. How about yourself?
Let me switch this around. See, it went aroma, flavor, mouthfeel. Okay.
Yes,
Finish.
he did.
Finish.
That movie is awesome, by the way. Good Will Hunting.
All right, so on my IPA, the appearance I gave it a 5, and the flavor, I actually scored it high on flavor 7 because
Yep,
it actually.
Yeah, that's what I gave it. Yep.
Oh, you gave it flavor was 7? Oh, I thought you had something different. Because it actually tastes like my favorite IPA is called Axis, and it kind of has that flavor to it. Not strong, but you still get all the IPA flavor in it.
Yeah.
Then the next one was mouthfeel 7 because it actually felt. I mean, like I said, when you're doing IPA and stout, you gotta adjust to what it's supposed to feel like. So to me, it had kind of like that bite that an IPA should have, but not too strong.
Right.
And it's just right there at 7. Nothing. Well, I guess 7 is actually scored above average, so it's above average.
Good. Yeah, it's above average. Yep.
But then I got a kind of a aftertaste at the end, so I gave it a 4 on the finish. So that's, and actually, yeah, that's, to me,
we're pretty much exactly the same. The only difference, Donnie, is I think I scored appearance 1 point higher than you. You said 5 on appearance?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we're pretty much identical. I did 6 on appearance. So, wow, that's crazy, though, huh? That, like, again, so folks in the chat, Donnie and I did not rehearse this.
No.
We are intentionally, like, disclosing this at the end, so we're not trying to influence each other. But I think that's pretty wild that both of us had a similar score, considering that, you know, we just did this on the fly. So, all right, on to the second beer. Again, that was
Nitro.
The Nitro Milk Stout beer. You guys remember that was the one that we aggressively had to pour upside down and shake a little bit, and it had the cool cascade feature.
My first Nitro.
Yep, the Nitro. All right, Donnie, on the count of 3.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. 33.
31.
Oh, close again. I had a 33. Yep.
So all right. You scored it higher, and I scored it lower.
Right, and but only off 1 on the first beer and only off 2. I mean, we're pretty much right there.
I think the last one you scored higher, and I scored lower. Okay.
All right. No, I scored a 24. No, I had a 24. You had a 23.
Oh, it's about the same then. You're scoring higher.
And then I had a 33 and you had a 31. So
yeah, but okay.
About the same. All right, so I scored the appearance. I gave it an 8. How could you not like the cascade effect of that? Like that beer looked like I wanted to just like dive right into that beer. It was pretty damn good. Aroma was awesome. I gave it an 8 also. Flavor, I gave it an 8. And then mouthfeel, I gave it a 9. Then the mouthfeel on that beer was just like amazing. Like for a stout, like how many stouts can you say you could literally chug the bottle, like the whole thing? Like there's not many stouts that I know that are like that. I mean, I literally could have just taken this beer and just like guzzled the whole thing. Like you normally can't.
So would you give it on finish?
So mouthfeel and finish is like the same category, I think. So, did you rate them separately?
Yeah, I rated them separately.
Oh, well, for me, the mouthfeel and finish to me is going to be the same. I gave it a 9.
Okay.
So you're 31. That's pretty close.
Yeah. So I guess you're combining your mouthfeel and finish, and I'm separating them. But it kind of comes out to the same thing, I guess.
Right.
So on my Nitro, since this was my very first Nitro ever, I was blown away by the appearance. So I gave it a 10. I gave it a 10 on appearance.
Cool.
I never had a nitro, so maybe I was kind of biased because I never seen one.
That's okay. It's awesome.
And, but you know, that was like fabulous for me. Number flavor, I gave it an 8. It was like right on the bubble for me, bumping up to 9. But there's just like one little thing I was like, so when in doubt, I just dropped it down to 8. I could have moved it up to 9. It was just right there on the bubble.
Yeah. And
I just like, well, let me just drop it down to 8. The way it fell to my mouth. So that's why I was getting confused, because you're putting these as one score. So I'm putting these as separate scores. My mouth feel, so when it was in my mouth, it felt like smooth. Almost like drinking milk. I don't know, because I saw milk on it. That's what I was thinking. But
it's facts, Donnie.
I mean, it had like a texture of milk.
You couldn't have chugged that. We talked about it. You could have chugged that whole beer in one sitting.
Yeah. So it kind of felt like it didn't taste like milk. It didn't taste like drinking milk, but it kind of almost had that smooth, silky texture. So I gave it an 8 on mouthfeel. But then again, all these beers, it seemed like it had like at the end, it just kind of had like kind of an aftertaste to it. So I gave the finish a 5. So that's how I got my score, 31.
All right. That's a good score, though. I mean, if you think about it, so on a scale of 1 to 10, it's an average of 8 of all those categories. That's a very good beer. So I'm pretty much the same. I'm like on the cusp of very good and exceptional, but we're pretty much right there. I mean, it's amazing. Yep. All right.
The last one we might not be the same on it.
That's okay, and that's fine. That's why we do it. So, last beer, Breakfast Stout by Founders. Double chocolate, coffee oatmeal stout. And so I get why they call it breakfast, but it's the strongest beer. It's got the highest IBUs. So this stout and the other stout, they're really different as far as what they're designed to be. They're not like, to me, these two beers aren't meant to compete with one another. And I know, sorry, there we go. Whatever. You guys can see it, but not meant to compete with one another. I would bet you any money they're just two completely different style stouts. But all right, Donnie, let's give it a whirl. So on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
19.
Wow, 19.
Yeah, I did not like it. I did not like it.
Okay. Interesting. So I like it a lot. I like a stout that has a little bit of, it's a little bit of hair on your chest. Like, I like that. Now, the difference with this is I will drink this much slower. This is not a beer that I'm just going to guzzle. And so for what it's worth, I knew it was a stronger ABV. For an 8.3% beer, I cannot taste any alcohol in this. That's the scary part.
I can.
You can. I can't.
And that's what I noticed. All the beer tasting I've done, anything around 9%, I do not like, and I could taste the alcohol.
Oh, you missed what I rated? Okay, I gave it a 31, so much different than Donnie. Donnie gave it a 19. He didn't like it. I like a strong stout. I don't notice the alcohol, but that's just me. Donnie said he noticed the alcohol taste in the 8.3%.
It's the first thing I tasted.
Okay. So for me, when I smell this beer, I smell coffee for days. Like, that is the first thing I smell. It smells like espresso to me. It smells like somebody took an espresso machine, fired it up, and said, here are the grinds, and give it a whiff. That's the first thing I smell when I smell this beer. So I love coffee stouts. Yeah, very different, Fran. Yep. Donnie and I.
That's the only thing we disagreed on.
Yeah. And that's okay, right? That's what makes the world go round. But I'll tell you how I rated this. So for appearance, I did give I scored it a 7, which was lower than the Nitro. It just didn't have that. I mean, it looks like Coca-Cola in a glass, and it's fine. But to me, like, the appearance is just, it's good. It's not great. The aroma, I actually rated the aroma better than the nitro. I just noted, like, to me, it had a more distinct coffee flavor smell to me. And I noticed you said when we were reviewing the beer, like real time, you said, "Oh, I smell it, but not as strong as the other one." And I'm like, "Oh, wow, it's interesting that Donnie said that, because I smelled this one way more than I did the nitro." But that's just me. And we might have different noses on the
Yeah.
beer. You know? For flavor, I gave it a 9. I just love this kind of stuff. But then on the mouthfeel and the finish, I gave it a lower score than the nitro. I gave it a 6. And the reason for that is it tastes good, like off the bat, but there is like a weird aftertaste in this beer.
Yes,
Like I did notice the aftertaste on the beer, but like the initial sip and when it hits the palate, I literally, it feels like I'm drinking like a very strong espresso, and then it changes to something a little bit different at the back end of the mouthfeel. But I really like this beer. But again, to me, this is a sipping beer, and that's why you only get 4 in the pack.
yeah, I guess.
Yeah, this beer cost me, I don't remember exactly. I want to say this 4-pack cost me maybe like $13, like $12.99. The 6-pack cost me, for the nitro, cost me, like I said, with the deposit and the tax, around 16 change.
That was weird. These two beers were the same. I paid 12 something for both of them.
Okay.
So but you know, you get less with the founders, but it's actually stronger.
Oh, it's way stronger. Yeah,
way stronger. So my scoring appearance, I gave it a 7 because, like Jeff said, it's just black. You know, there's not really, you know, the nitro was, you know, had all those bubbles, and it was doing all kind of like a chemistry experiment there.
Exactly.
It just poured it. The head wasn't too impressive either. So I actually gave it a 7 because it is dark. That's something to me, you know. So I gave it a 7, which is 3 less than the nitro. But the flavor, I don't know if I was biased. I saw that high ABU rating, and I knew, I was thinking it might have been in my head, but as soon as I tasted, I could taste the rubbing alcohol, because I call that the rubbing alcohol effect. I could taste the alcohol in it. So that was the first thing when I tasted it. I tasted it right off the bat, the rubbing alcohol, and I was like, ooh. Also, like the flavor and all of that, and the aroma, the only thing I could detect from it, from like the other one, like that other one, I detect, you know, I didn't even know what was in it, and Jeff reread it, and I picked everything out. This one, and I actually read this one, and so I knew what was in it, but I only could detect the coffee in it, and the coffee was real weak to my nose. It didn't have a strong coffee taste to it. The other one tasted more like coffee to me, and chocolate. I couldn't taste the chocolate in this one. And it tasted like weak coffee to me. So basically what I was tasting on this one was a bitter alcohol taste and weak coffee. That's what it tasted like to me.
Yeah, no, I think it's fair. Like, so like, you know, they tout this as a not just coffee, but chocolate and oatmeal. I'll be honest,
I'm not tasting like chocolate at all.
Let me.
And I think it's because of the high alcohol content. It's kind of
if there's any chocolate hint, to me, it would almost be like tasting, like, you ever have like very dark chocolate,
I actually like dark chocolate.
I like dark chocolate too, but like once you get into like the 90% dark chocolate range, it's got that nasty, like that crazy bitter taste. My dark chocolate realm is like, you know, 72. I like the 72% dark chocolate. That's probably about it. But no, I agree. To me, I taste mostly coffee. I don't really taste much chocolate. I taste no oatmeal, but that's okay because I love the coffee.
Fran is taunting me right now because I think I've drank too much beer, and My
Oh,
draft
you have
picks
your
might
draft
be
tonight?
mixed. I got my notes right here, Fran. I'm not going to let you look at them.
There
I
you
got
go.
them all right here. I didn't drink all my beers either, so I'm not inebriated. Or I don't think so.
No, I'm not either. I
Oh,
mean,
I still got to finish my review. I was already on to the draft. So I gave it a 4 on
okay.
flavor and aroma. Flavor and aroma was a 4 to me. Because like I said, all I could taste was the alcohol. And as soon as I tasted that alcohol, it just kind of threw me off. And then like I said, I couldn't really smell the coffee as much as the other one, so I gave it a 4. As for mouthfeel, it had a weird mouthfeel to me. Like it was just weird. It was like it was wanting to be a IPA, but it wasn't just right there yet, and it was just biting like an IPA, but it wasn't an IPA. So it just threw me off. That might have been the alcohol content too.
It could have been,
like,
yeah.
And I'm like, what is this? So mouthfeel, I gave it a 5, like an average, and then the finish, like after like I swallowed it and it went down, it was just like horrible to me.
Yeah, not for
3.
you.
I gave it a 3.
Yeah. So now you know this style of beer is not for you. So I will tell you this, Donnie. If you ever come across a beer, it's from Founders. It's called KBS.
Mm-hmm.
KBS might be. I'm going to go to Untapped real quick. And we're going to end the live stream really soon, but KBS Founders.
So yeah, if you guys don't like the high alcohol content, don't drink that last one. This one was very good though. I would out of all 3, I'd recommend this one.
I like that beer a lot. It was my highest scored beer too. But there's a beer, like I said, it's called KBS from Founders. It's they do, I believe there's some oak barrel action. It's barrel aged bourbon stout. So it's gonna have that, strong ABV. It's 12% ABV, and the beer is rated out of a scale of 5, 4.37 on Untapped, that's considered a very high score on Untapped. But as far as the other beers on Untapped, do you want to take a guess? So on a scale of 1 to 5, any of the 659,000 of all the 659,000 reviews, do you want to guess what the average score was for Hazy Little Thing out of a scale of 1 to 5?
1 to 5 for Hazy Little Thing?
Yeah. Now, because there's 659,000 reviews, you need to get into the decimal places here. You can't give whole numbers because.
Well, I'm going to give you a whole number. I thought it was maybe a little bit above average, so 6.3 or something. 6.
No, out of 5. Scale out of 5.
Oh, out of 5. Okay. So average would be like 3.3 maybe.
Okay. So the score was 3.77 out of 5 for Hazy Little Thing. Yeah, not bad. What about the left-hand stout?
Oh, that was my favorite one. So out of 5, I'd give it 4.8.
Yeah, no, that's a 4.8 is considered a world-class beer, Donnie, just so you know.
That's a world-class beer.
Okay. The average score was 3.93 for left-hand stout. That's a good score, though. That's considered like an outstanding beer, just so you know. What about the breakfast stout?
I did not like it, but I could see how people would like it, so I'm going to give it higher than what I thought. I'd give it a 4. No, yeah, 3.9 maybe.
Close, 4.11. Yeah,
I could see people that like high alcohol content are going to like this one. That's why if I was rating it, I'd have gave it like a 2 or a 3. But if you're talking about everybody, I could see why people would like that. And actually, I'm going to make a new beer here. I'm going to pour this.
Are you going to combine them? Oh, yeah.
Let's see what
this is no longer called the breakfast stout. It's called the dessert stout by.
Oh look, it's falling back up. That nitro is getting activated again, I guess.
It's the dessert stout by Left Hand Founders. That's the name of the new
Dessert nitro.
Dessert nitro. Let me know how it tastes. All right, so Sock, I need to understand. Sock's got. Sock, tell me a little bit of 16.33, 2.7. Give me a little bit of intel on what your scores. Want to give a quick shout out to Calvin? Okay. I know it's not his channel, but
Calvin.
Get to the end of the live stream.
I don't know if you guys could hear Eden barking. She's outside barking.
Donnie's vomit comment? What the heck is a vomit comment?
I think Fran had the vomit comment when she said she painted the sidewalk, right? I didn't say that beer was a vomit or bombing. Hey, you guys ready for my joke? I had a joke ready already.
Let's hear it.
Since we're at the end. What's the best air to breathe if you want to be rich? What is the best air to breathe if you want to be rich?
A millionaire?
Got it right. Millionaire. A millionaire. Wah, wah, wah.
Valerie's in the house. Hey, Val. I saw you come in earlier. Welcome in. Thank you for being here.
Oh, she fell? Oh, I thought she vomited on the sidewalk. Maybe we got the two different things out of her story. I thought she vomited on the concrete.
A billionaire is a good answer too. Hey, Barry, welcome back.
A billionaire?
Welcome back. Today's National Dog Day, and here's this guy making an appearance on your Rhody vlogger. What's up, buddy?
Hey, Calvin. There goes the ears.
Yeah. All right, buddy. Ready to go back to your couch? All right, go to your couch. All right. Well, this was awesome, Donnie. Yeah, I know you have your draft coming up in 30 minutes. We've been on for about an hour and a half. Amazing.
I thought we were going to be very different on our beer there, and the only last one was kind of different.
Did you think I was gonna like go hard, like really high on the IPA?
I don't know what I thought you were gonna do. I thought you were gonna prefer the stouts, and I thought you weren't gonna like the IPA. And I actually thought I wasn't gonna like that IPA at all. But it was okay. It wasn't bad.
Yeah. So I would argue that I think IPA is my favorite style.
Mm-hmm.
And so I tried my best to not be biased off of my, preconceived notions about a West Coast IPA making a New England style IPA, because they just don't do it as well. They just don't. But
so what is a New England style IPA?
So a New England style IPA it's an unfiltered beer. So
what brand would I have to look for to get one?
So a lot of breweries are trying to make that style because they blew up. Like the New England style IPA blew up over like the last 5 or 6 years. It really it dominated the craft beer scene, particularly on the East Coast. Like on the East, if you look at Untapped and look at the top rated breweries, most of them are in New England because of the New England style IPA and the hazy. They make fun of people. They call them haze bros, meaning they're just snobby now and they won't drink anything other than hazy IPA. I do. I love a West Coast IPA, but it's completely different. I know that what I expect from a West Coast IPA. It's going to be a clear beer. It's going to have a little bit more hop bite. You're gonna the mouthfeel really comes into play in a West Coast IPA. Up front, you're gonna taste a little bitter, but you're gonna get more of the hop flavor, the profile, whether it's a dank, earthy kind of profile, flowery, or a citrusy, or some other fruit note. But on the back end, most of the time in a West Coast IPA, you're gonna notice a little bit more bite. There's a little bit more of that bite. Yeah. On the New England IPA, You can get the bite on the back end. A lot of times you don't. It's a little bit more smoother, and it's mostly like either floral or fruit forward on the hop profiles. And again, they're unfiltered beer, so they're not clear. You can't see through them. They smell amazing. Like the minute you crack open the can, you're gonna be like, oh my God, it smells like fruit salad most of the time. Imagine opening up a beer can and smelling fruit salad. That's what it smells like when you get a really good New England style IPA from a brewery around here. What I find a lot of times is these other breweries who try to do it, like I find for whatever reason, like the malt profile is very sweet. It's too sweet for me. And like Texans, cover your ears when I say this, but I find a lot of your beers to be very malty, malt bombs, malty and yeasty, and like even like the IPA styles that they try to do, like there's just like a weird yeast profile in your beers that like I just notice it's like way different than any beers that I get out here. It's bizarre. It's a bizarre thing.
Usually why I stopped trying to drink some of the Texas IPAs. They tasted too fruity to me sometimes. Like they're adding extra fruit in there that doesn't need to be in there. So I kind of stopped drinking a lot of them.
Yep. I hear you. Yeah. So Golden Winnie says, I need to try electric jellyfish. I've never even heard of it. Who makes it, Winnie?
Electric goldfish.
Jellyfish. Cool name.
Oh, jellyfish. Yep. Golden Winnie. Golden, Winnie. Doodle. I'm missing the doodle part in there.
Golden Doodle Winnie, yes.
So that Samuel Adams IPA, would that be a good representation of No. Okay, that's mainstream.
No, it's okay. Like because we have so many craft breweries around here that like make exceptional New England style IPAs. Don't forget, Sam Adams is a very big brewer. They're almost like macro level. So it's okay. Like I think somebody like who doesn't get the quantity of New England style IPA that we get here would try that beer and be like, oh yeah, if they like the style. Not everybody likes the style. Some people like they look at the beer and they're like, it's unfiltered. Like when I say unfiltered, like when you look at the bottom of the glass, Donnie, when you pour the beer, you see all of like the residue and the pulp and all that at the bottom. It's truly an unfiltered beer. And so some people are like turned off by that, but I think for whatever reason, it's super popular and the people around here love it. I mean, I love it. It's really good.
You know what other beers like that is a Hefeweizen.
Yeah, a Hefeweizen.
All that stuff on the bottom.
Yeah, a Hefeweizen is definitely an unfiltered beer, except I think the flavor profile is just a little bit different. That's all. Yeah, for sure. So Kathy says, reading about New England IPAs are not clear and very tropical. It reminds me of the Blue Moon wheat beer. Interesting that you say that. To me, I don't taste the wheat as like they do have a wheat IPA, New England wheat IPA, but most of the time, to me, the New England style IPAs, like they use a lot of hops from basically Citra, Mosaic, Strata, Nelson, Centennial. All of those have different like taste profiles. Like Nelson hops are from New Zealand. A lot of times when people have beers that have Nelson hops in it, they say it reminds them of like a grape, almost like a white wine kind of taste profile. Citra, think of citrus. It's almost like the same name. Citra has more of like an orangey, grapefruity, very pithy, like fruity profile. Mosaic to me tastes like blueberries. It's got like very berry forward notes, and you can taste it. Like the more you drink it, you may not pick it up right away. If you just have it for the first time, you're not going to be like, this tastes like blueberries. But when you read like what the flavor profile is, and you really like kind of concentrate on what it tastes like, it's like, yeah, I can totally taste that. Or there's some other hops that have like stone fruit profiles, like your peaches and your nectarines and your apricots. Yeah, it's amazing how they do. It's a lot of this is all genetically done, like these hop profiles. Yeah. It's crazy.
Huh. I never knew all that.
Oh, she's talking about the color when poured out into yes, that's true, Kathy. Yes, the color of the beer kind of looks a little bit like a blue moon. That's a fair yeah. So KMX says Pint House in Austin, Texas. Okay. Oh, in San Antonio. It looks like maybe they have more than one location.
Huh. But what about Pint House?
Likes fruity beers. Donnie is a big fan of those beers. Fruity beers, like I like when the hop profile has a fruity taste, but a lot of times, like there's only a few beers that like are technically what I would call fruity beers that I like, and they tend to be blueberry ones. Like I like blueberry flavored beers. Like for me, some reason that goes really well. But some of the other ones I'm not a huge fan of. But
yeah, I'm not a big fan of the fruity beers. I like the IPA because it's pretty much just like you said, grapefruit orange taste. I think Shiner tried to make one out of prickly pear, and it tasted like a flower, and I did not like that at all. So, no, I'm not a big fan of the fruity beers.
Gotcha. Cool. Well, hey, this was a lot of fun, man.
Oh yeah.
I know you have your draft in 20 minutes, so I don't want to take too much more of your time, but everybody, thank you so much for coming in. So it looks like the big winner today was the milk stout.
Well, let me tell you about my combination I made.
Do you like it better?
So it wasn't an equal amount. So there was a lot more of the founders than the nitro. But what I found out what it actually did, the aroma is way better.
Okay.
Because I guess all the aroma from the nitro's in there now. But the taste is almost the same as the founders, just a tad, a little bit better. So it added a little bit more flavor and aroma when I mixed them. So
there's an actual name for what you just did. I don't know if you know that in the beer world.
Well, people do that? I thought I just invented that.
So you just made what's called a cuvee. It's a cuvee.
A cuvee? A cuvee.
A cuvee of beer, yes.
How do you spell that, Kevin? Because
I think
Jeff.
Try CUVEE, and then maybe some like marks on the E's because I think it's a French term.
Because I'll be using that word all day with Kathy, all week.
Hey Siri, what is a
cuvee?
Yes, she didn't like my accent. She thought I said QA as in quality assurance.
Cuvee. Kathy, could you get me a cuvee of beer?
Cuvee.
I'm going to be using that word. This beer is such a cuvee.
Yeah, the term can apply. So cuvee, I spelled it right. It's CUVEE, but the first E has like a mark over it. It's really meant for wine, but it says the term can also apply to beer or to chocolate to refer to a batch that is blended by the manufacturers to produce a certain taste. Many lambics and gazers, sour beers with wine-like characteristics are marketed as cuvee, but they use that term really more just to say a mix of like two beers together.
Sock said, make sure there's no cigarette butts in there when I'm mixing the beer.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go out. I'm not going to go out to a bar and just grab some cans and mix them together.
Barry said there's a French rapper called Ice Cuvee.
Ice Cuvee.
That's awesome.
Cuvee. I'll be using that word all week, guys.
There you go. New word. Kathy says stay in the trailer.
Wait till I come out. I'm going to start talking cuvee.
Yeah. All right. Well, anyways, we've been on long enough. This was amazing. Donnie, thank you so much for joining me. Everybody in the chat, thank you so much for being here.
Had fun.
I had a lot of fun, pretending that I know what I'm talking about. But really, it was the best part about it was just, you know, having Donnie here and also connecting with all of you in the chat. I appreciate you joining us, and we will definitely have to do this again, Donnie. If it's not beer, something else. I'm sure we'll have a good time with whatever.
You do wine.
I'm not. I love wine, but I'm not very wine savvy. Like to me, yeah. But we could pretend like we are. We'll just make it up, right?
Yeah, we could get different wines from different countries.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Because I tend to like the Spanish and Italian wines only.
Yeah, I'm more of a red wine guy. Like I love white wine. The problem is it gives me crazy heartburn. And most people are like, no, it's the opposite. It's red wine that gives me heartburn. But for me, red wine doesn't give me heartburn. It's white. I just think there's way more acid in the white wine. It's like, you know, to me, that's just, you know, red wine gives me a different effect. The sulfates in that make me a little bit more like tired and all that. But for the most part, the white wine gives me crazy heartburn. Like, and it's too bad because I love the taste of white wine.
You already said let's do wine.
All right, we can do wine. I'm just gonna make up stuff, but I'll do wine. It'll still be fun.
Oh yeah, you just have to Google it and just learn a couple phrases and good to go.
All right, Donnie. Well, thank you so much, everybody. Having a great night. Appreciate your time. We'll see you guys soon.
Bye, guys.
Bye.